Hello everyone. In this episode I'm leaving Baghdad and headed to
Nasiriyah.
Nasiriyah. I think I can say that. I'm going to try and say that. All right. Thanks for everybody for supporting me. It's really super helpful. And for the multiple supporters, God bless you. Really appreciate it. Please remember to give me a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. So as I'm leaving, there's some policemen here. I ended up sharing some tea with them and hanging out for a little bit in the morning. It was really cool, and waved to them as I left. They were fun people. And then this is a ridiculous interaction. This cabbie wants to give me this bottle of water. I'm sitting here, I'm taking the bottle of water from him, waves goodbye to me. It's crazy. We're on the highways handing me water on the motorcycle. So typical Iraq though. Kids in the back of the pickup, wish they were safer. And here's a beautiful thatched roof produce stand, multiple. It was so great. A couple of friendly Iraqis on the road and a really nice interaction getting fuel.
What?
Yeah. I really need to learn how to say please in Arabic. Anyway, I was looking for an Iraqi flag for my windshield on my motorcycle, and I went over here and asked around, and this guy helped me, but they didn't have any. He also gave me some water. Really nice guy. Then every time I see these trucks loaded like this, I think of the giant trucks in the United States that aren't carrying anything at all. And these are all cars that are crushed up. It's like a wrecking yard right there. And then see that smudge there off to the left in the sky? It's getting into a bit of a dust storm. It was pretty wild. The GoPro doesn't do it 100% justice, but you can see it kicking up here around the overpass and behind this truck. And it wasn't terrible, but it was absolutely dusty and just breathed through my nose a lot and made it through. Cars are going the wrong way. That's funny. We're going to see that in a minute. And some dude out in the middle of nowhere. I was like, "What's up, dude?" And then here's the toys and household section to the roadside shopping. Really interesting how they have them divided up in different sections. It started out with some tires, but it's mostly toys and things like that I could see as I'm riding by. Really interesting. We're going to see more of that here in a minute. And then having to use the median, there was construction for where I wanted to go, so I had to drive like the locals. And there's some more sheep for the holiday and get a nice wave from this guy. And here comes the automotive and household or hardware section. Really interesting how they come in different sections and different specialties. But it works for them, I guess. If you know where to go, I would be clueless. And so these were really interesting and very popular as lots of people stopped getting things all the time. And then I'm finally getting close to where my GPS says I want to be, and whoops, razor wire and a barrier. And there's a guard shack down there. Eventually a guy called me over, and we did the best we could through pantomime and stuff, and he told me kind of where I needed to go, and I was a little frustrated by that, but here's a tire section if you need tires, and there's a bunch in that little shed right there, and then they're actually changing some right here on that truck. Pretty wild. And then so this is getting into the city.
Nasiriyah.
I got to learn how to say that. This took a long time. I was here for quite a while. I think they were checking to make sure that I had a reservation at a hotel, and they really went through my paperwork. A little bit nervous, but it worked out just fine. And then I was on my way again. It took quite a while, and I think I need to get used to that. I'm going to probably have a lot more of that in the future. So I'm looking again for this special destination, and my GPS took me on the second wrong turn. And so I go down here for a little bit, and the road got really rough, so I turned around and headed back on the original road, and trying to get where I want to go. we're going to see here in a minute. And so this was interesting. I don't know what kind of refinery that is. Simon, you might know. And if anybody knows what these pictures of the soldiers are about, please let me know. I would love to figure that out. There's a giant bicycle for some reason. And so the roads in Nasiriyah are hardcore. They are no joke. And you have to be really careful and watch what you're doing. Probably not a lot of speeding in this city. And there are roads that are in good shape, but the majority of the roads that I were on were pretty rough, and you had to really pay attention. And there was a lot of construction, so I was worried I might pick up a nail or something like that. So it was a lot of work, required a lot of concentration, but I made it, and praise Jesus, I didn't drop the bike or anything. Then this next checkpoint didn't take quite as long, but it did take a while. But this guy was a delight. He was a barrel of monkeys. We had a great time. He was super polite and energetic, and we really got along well. And I wish they were all like this. It was a lot of fun. And we were trying to figure each other out, and just a really good interaction. He was a good guy. So I guess sometimes they stamp the visa in the passport. So not only is he looking for previous stamps that I had, but he's looking for my stamped visa. But I had an e-visa on my phone. So after we figured that out, I showed him that, and he was totally cool. And then I was going to go to my destination, which you're going to see in a minute, and then I was going to come back to go to my hotel in the city. So we shook hands again, and I departed. And when someone puts their hand on their heart, that's really special. So I loved that. He was a cool guy. And here's the parking lot. You may have caught a glimpse of what we're going to see here in a moment. And of course, another super cool guy. And I get parked here, and we have to have introductions and photos, and it's just fun. Everybody's cool. And his buddy wasn't super excited, but the guy in the middle and I had a good time. So the Ziggurat of Ur. A ziggurat was built in honor of the moon god, and it's perfectly aligned to the cardinal directions. And I think it's 5,000 or 6,000 years old. You have to try Wikipedia, I don't remember. But what's really special to me are these bricks. Most of them were stamped with like specific names and things like that, like of the manufacturer, and some had dog prints in them. They were really cool. This was a really neat place. I'm very grateful I got to stop and check it out. These guys in the yellow were there on some kind of tour or something like that. Shook hands with the guy that I originally saw, and I hit the road. But that was a neat area, and I really encourage you to look that up. So this guy wanted to invite me to a meal. I believe that's kind of what I was gathering, but I was beat. It was so that super sweet guy found me again, and I think was trying to extend another invitation to a meal, but I was so hot and tired. I just wanted to take my boots and my motorcycle heavy machinery and sit down and cool off for a while. The ground with jackhammers. GPS took me down this road, pylons or something for support. And I needed to be on the other side of that truck. Ruts, so I went traffic everywhere. You had to sandy and loose. You had to be on your game. I had to be on my game. Praise Jesus, it was hardcore. And then the GPS took me over here, and I was like, the sound follow these bikers. The GoPro, but it's loud. Went, trust me, against traffic on this bridge, and I was like, I guess I'm going against traffic on this bridge. I need momentum. I need to be on the other side. They're doing it. When the cars are going slow, I'll just sneak in behind them, for me, and no one will even know coming. And I'm doing what I was terrified. It was a challenge. I was challenged. There's my hotel. More difficult than I anticipated. I was so grateful